ass.
Gangrel, Kristen, and Edge descend from
This kid's ass. What are you talking about?
You know what? You're right. Now I like it.
Hello, welcome to Guides the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And this week we are stepping into the ring to talk about horror-themed wrestlers.
Why are we doing this? Why am I stepping into the ring? Why am I climbing across those ropes?
I don't know. I was just in bed, about to fall asleep, and the idea just occurred to me.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was divined from the heavens.
Okay, so this was, the wizard's whispering or whatever. Big secret, whatever that's called. An idea.
Oh, that movie. A book. There's a book called Big Magic.
Big Magic.
About inspiration being kind of a supernatural thing.
Yeah.
And we've interpreted that as the wizards whispering to us. So yes, the wizards did whisper to me about this.
You were inspired by an idea from the ether.
Absolutely, I was.
I feel like this is somewhat of a curse, if I'm being honest. I'm going to try to curb the following for the remainder of the episode.
Yeah.
Don't care for this, don't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a great time.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. I never would have, if on paper, anybody were to say this show covered scary wrestling gimmicks, who probably picked the topic? I feel like most people would not assume it was you.
Oh, it was me all the way.
It was you.
Because I loved it when we did it previously. I remembered the same feeling of being like, this is so fun. It's so campy. And I had a blast. We previously covered this in episode 209, The Undertaker and Kane.
All right. So I've had, 4 years of bliss?
Yeah.
What's your history with wrestling?
None. I can only assume that maybe this was a listener suggestion back then. Or something. Maybe. Because neither of us have really any... I don't know. What's your history with wrestling?
I feel like I was often around people who were watching it.
Okay.
I played video games.
Yeah.
I played wrestling video games. I think I've wrestled as one of my topics for the evening in that video game.
Okay.
And those were fun enough because you could there was you'd be in the ring, right? And then you could be bounced out of the ring, but if you hit the right combination of, it was an N64 game. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But if you walked over to the crowd, you could hit a certain button and someone from the crowd would hand you a folding chair. And now you've got this bonus item.
Yeah,
or you could do that by picking something out under the ring, but only if you knew those button combinations could you really get.
Oh, nice. This little secret thing like in Aladdin.
Yeah. What?
Well, I guess in other games too, but I remember
when Aladdin has that folding chair and he goes after Jafar.
No, I remember doing a lot of secret codes in Aladdin to do stuff.
Level skip. Yeah. I remember that, and that was fun enough. But anytime that somebody tried to show me wrestling, which was often as a young boy, my eyes would glaze over. And it wasn't the typical it's fake thing.
Right.
There was just something about it where it's just listen, I've never been one for typical machismo. If I'm going to be honest with you.
Sure.
Big, bulgy men covered in sweat yelling at each other is not what I want.
No.
It's just never it's never what I want. And so I was never into wrestling, but if somebody wanted to play a video game, I could wrap my head around that. It was like playing Mortal Kombat or something like that, which watching some of the clips that I watched for today's episode, it actually made me think of Mortal Kombat quite a lot. Where it's just this is theatrical and weird and so broad.
Yes.
Sure, whatever.
Massively.
So I'm not going to pretend I didn't get any enjoyment out of doing my research for this episode, but the amount of times that if you were in the room while I was doing my research and watching clips and stuff, the amount of grunts you would have heard.
From your computer of the wrestlers or
both,
you?
Both from the computer and from me just going and then taking another note about and then they fought the Big Show. I'm just God damn it. So there you go. Thanks for this.
Oh, I'm sorry, William.
You should be.
Well, I'm only a little sorry, to be totally honest.
Well, yeah, who cares? This is one episode out of our lives. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's just
I'm somewhat sorry.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah. Well, I want to hear then about what you're so enthusiastic about. I think obviously we need to get the good energy, and I'll save my weirdies for the end, but I'm going to want to hear what was so goddamn enjoyable. Because off Mike, you've told me like I loved this. I'm like, all right, maybe you're a wrestling fan. Let's hear.
I think so.
Maybe I can. Maybe I will
very
sense the
short
enjoyment.
bursts. Okay. All right, we'll give it a shot. Why not? After this commercial break.
This better be good.
I mean, I don't want to hype it too much.
I do.
Yeah.
You're going down, Rogers. Anderson, whatever the hell your name is, changing your identity. Kick your ass, jabroni.
Okay, I have like no history with wrestling. I'm obviously aware that it's a thing. And then, yeah, I don't even know why we would have done that previous episode, but I remember doing it and being like, this is very fun and funny to me.
Sure. I mean, listen, anything, I often will describe Guide to the End and I'll be like, if it's even remotely horror themed or marginally creepy, we'll talk about it. So this is completely appropriate.
Oh, yeah. No, certainly. But I'm just saying that's like my history with it is that we previously did an episode about it. That's like what I got. Pretty much. And so you and I went through like a list to, figure out who we would do. And you were like, oh, you have to do Mankind. Like one of us has to cover Mankind because that's like a big one or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And I knew of Mick Foley from his appearances on Conan.
Yes, right.
Always wearing Winnie the Pooh sweats. And I've always liked him when he's on Conan.
Which is possibly just the one appearance, right?
Maybe.
Always wearing Winnie the Pooh sweatpants might have just been, you've seen this clip multiple times.
Probably.
Therefore, he's always in them.
In my mind, he's always in them.
Right. Yes.
Always when I see him.
Yes.
And I always liked him on Conan in that always one clip,
in that
I
one
guess.
clip.
Whatever. Seems like a nice guy.
It was part of the 11th anniversary DVD special that we watched over and over and over. It was Mick Foley on Conan.
Yep. So that's basically what I knew, and I was happy to learn about him. Boy, is the history and the lore of Mankind sprawling and confusing. Okay. I was like, how the hell am I going to narrow this down? But I feel like I did. So I weirdly found the Halloween Horror Nights fandom wiki to have the most succinct and amusingly written summary of Mankind's character overall.
Interesting.
So I'm just going to quote it. Mankind was a wrestler portrayed by Mick Foley. He was an eerie and mentally deranged miscreant who dwelled in the boiler rooms of buildings, constantly squealed, even throughout his matches, randomly shrieked mommy, spoke to a rat named George, regularly took to acts of masochism, such as pulling out his hair, and wore a mask seemingly constructed of oddly shaped pieces of leather that were patched together with rivets. I was like, okay, I get it.
Miscreant.
I know. I like that word a lot.
Uh-huh.
And the reason he is even on the Halloween Horror Nights wiki is because he appeared in The Undertaker, No Mercy, Haunted House in the year 2000.
Of course.
So I later found out that this quote that I was so impressed by is verbatim yoinked from Wikipedia and just put on their wiki. Mm-hmm. And everybody is just copying Wikipedia from the Halloween Horror Nights fandom wiki to Kittle.
Oh, even Kittle.
Remember that from the Urban Legends episode last time? I found that there was a website called Kittle, which is Google for kids.
Yes, I'm glad that that's still now in your stable of... What, is this just now an old standby for you? You often search Kittle?
No, I just remembered that Kittle just had the exact same information as Wikipedia for my topic.
Oh, you didn't use Kittle to search Mankind. No. Okay. All right.
No, I'm just saying everybody just yoinks right from Wikipedia, and I find it somewhat appalling. Is nothing sacred? We can't even just rework the words?
Wikipedia is not even sacred.
Yeah, I know, but just a complete plagiarism?
Sure.
My pearls are clutched.
Okay.
So... Mankind made his debut for the WWF in 1996. This is the deal with this guy. And Mick Foley was already a pretty well-known wrestler, but Vince McMahon, who's like the head boss of the WWF, wanted him at his company as a heel. And I remembered that's the wrestler term for villain.
Yes, bad guy.
And I like that.
You can turn heel.
Yeah.
Become a bad guy, that kind of thing, yeah.
I like that.
I don't know why that's the term or anything.
I don't know, but it's fun. I like that you play a heel.
Vince McMahon ultimately was the top heel.
Yeah.
He's a bona fide villain, ousted from the company.
Yeah.
Now there are documentaries about how horrible he is.
Yes, totally. Yeah. He plays a heel at one point within the WWF. Like he plays some sort of like villain role. But yeah, like IRL, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So he was kind of conceived to primarily go up against The Undertaker, who was already like a star horror-y character, obviously. And they needed to come up with a concept for this guy. So first they came up with the concept. What?
It was just funny. It's just, you're about to answer the question, but it's just funny to be like, we've already got a horror character. And The Undertaker is so cut and dry. Did we talk about The Undertaker last time?
Yeah.
I think we talked about like his buddy Paul Bearer and carries an urn and all that shit.
Yes, I know.
And The Undertaker obviously does the Michael Myers sit-up thing and has a coffin and is he undead or whatever.
At one point I saw that somebody bonked him on the head with an urn.
Perfect. But like Undertaker is already like thematically kind of like super clear. Right? Like he's just kind of evil, dead, undead, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just funny to be like, we need someone to go up against him. We need a good theme. And everything you just described about Mankind is like, he's got leather on his face. He has a rat. It's just like, what is that? What theme is that?
Totally. Just like generally
unwell.
To say off, scary guy.
Yeah.
That's all you need is like, this guy is just wrong.
I mean, he's pretty much Leatherface, right?
Kind of. I don't know. No, I would say he's just generally a psycho guy. Like it seems like he's extremely broadly drawn. Okay. He's Leatherfacey in that he has a leather mask on his face. If anything, it's kind of Hannibal Lecter-esque.
But
actually,
even screaming out like "Mama," not that Leatherface screams out "Mama" or anything like that.
It's like
but
a family weirdness. thing.
Well, like a regressive little boy. Larger, like he's like kind of like
he is like Leatherface,
tummy-y, right? Like he's got a big belly and leather mask and just out of his mind.
He is like Leatherface.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's not his story isn't there, but visually and he is like Leatherface. He also wears a shirt and tie.
Oh, he does?
As time goes on.
Well, that's just Leatherface. I mean, whatever. Like I don't know, man. Wrestling. It's just like take a thing. Why is there not like a Freddy Krueger wrestler then? Like why just take everything? Because Undertaker sits up like Michael Myers, so you get Leatherface to go up against him. Like that, I guess that does make a certain amount. I'm coming back around now to be like maybe it does make sense.
Yeah, it kind of does.
But the wrestling stuff just often feels like knockoff.
I will say the Undertaker is also sitting up kind of like any of the undead. He's sitting up like Dracula, whatever. He's
okay. Fair enough.
It is Michael Myers-y, but Dracula also does that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just kind of a play on like coming out of a coffin.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, you are right.
But
you are right.
Obviously also Michael Myers.
No, now I'm thinking back to, he's more, rising from the dead guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Also, Undertaker's makeup is so weird to me. He just he's wearing eyeliner. It's so weird to me that he doesn't line his waterline. If anybody who wears makeup knows what I'm talking about, he only lines just under here, not this in here. It looks very bad to me.
Yeah, I have some weird comments, even in my own research later, where it's like, I don't know if things are different today. I know that people, here's the other thing I feel bad about. I know people love wrestling.
Yeah, oh, totally.
And people who I like love wrestling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to let people down, but I was watching this just being similar to your waterline comment being like, where did they draw the line of quality?
Yeah.
Because some of my characters, it's like, oh, okay, this is your gimmick, but like, it's like, well, why didn't you do the makeup right then? Or like, why didn't you take it far enough? It's just like, it's like they're backstage just being like, Undertaker, like Roy or whatever his name is, like you're on in 5 minutes. He's like, oh shit, you put my eyeliner on yet?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It's like the gimmick is actually kind of half-assed.
Yeah, yeah.
Although all my stuff is also 90s.
This is 90s too.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm like, maybe just in the 90s, it was like still CRT TVs. No one, like, they were like, people aren't going to be able to tell anyway. Maybe today there's more attention to detail because it does seem to be still big business or whatever. Maybe the quality is up today. I don't know.
I wonder how The Miz is doing.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah.
The Miz. I mostly knew from Road Rules versus Real World. Yeah,
he was originally on the Real World, then went to the Real World Road Rules Challenge, and eventually became a pro wrestler.
Yes, and had aspired to be a pro wrestler, and now is. So that actually is kind of neat.
I think that's incredible.
It is neat. The Miz.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Miz.
Yeah, his name is Mike. I can't remember what his last name was, but he became The Miz as a pro wrestler.
The Mizler.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rizzler will end up in the ring.
Maybe. You know what? I'd love to see. What are you doing? Is that what the Rizzler does?
You know about the Riz face?
Not really.
You're researching all this shit about wrestling. You don't know the real good stuff. Do you even know about the Costco Bros?
No.
Everyone's time has passed. Like, I feel like everyone's already over all of this. But Come on, dude. The Rizzler and Costco Bros.
I've seen the Rizzler, but I don't think I've seen him in motion.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you only saw those stills of him playing like Super Smash Bros. With the cast of Dexter.
I had seen him before that, but I did see that, of course.
There was just, some video game convention and all these pictures
They've made poor James Remar.
I know.
Dexter's dad.
Dexter's dad, James Remar, who's 99, is playing, I don't know what it is. He's playing Rocket League with the Rizzler.
At Comic-Con.
At Comic-Con, being like, I don't know, who's this boy? People love this boy. Maybe this will help promote my new show.
Or maybe he's fully up on the Rizzler.
Maybe the Rizzler is the New York Ripper.
The New York Rizzler.
Holy
It's been in front of
shit.
us the entire time.
If anyone's watching the new season of Dexter,
which is
that's
so good.
the only way that what we're saying would make sense to you right now. Apologies. It's better than anyone had any expectation it would be.
Absolutely.
But if the Rizzler were on it, I'd go through the roof.
Oh, God.
10 out of 10. All right. Apologies.
No, none needed. So he was basically created as a heel for The Undertaker.
Yes.
Look at me with the lingo.
I know.
So the first concept they had for Foley, because he was already an existing wrestler who was like kind of known. He wasn't like super, super famous yet because he wasn't on WWF, but like he was a known guy in the space. So the first concept they came up for him was Mason the Mutilator. And Mick Foley didn't really like that. Okay. So he explained when he was on Hot Ones that Vince McMahon said to him, in this business, we've had crushers, we've had destroyers, we've had executioners, but we've never had a mutilator. And Mick Foley was like, I don't really like that. And first, he pitched Mankind the Mutilator, which eventually got whittled down to just Mankind. And he said he came up with Mankind as a kind of double entendre, and that it was inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. He said that he was thinking of the destruction of mankind, the future of mankind, like this whole like big concept. And he was thinking as the character as sort of like, I don't know, some sort of, metaphor to Frankenstein's monster, quote, a creature made evil by society, not necessarily created to be that way.
Wow.
And so this is what became
like the Joker.
Mankind.
We live in a society.
Yeah, we live in a society.
Mankind. It's funny. Actually, you know what? I kind of like it.
Yeah.
This is what you are, mankind. Mm-hmm. You're pulling your own hair out.
Uh-huh.
You look crazy.
I'm holding a mirror.
Crying out
you.
for mommy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's a sign of the times.
Absolutely. He's a deep guy, Rick Foley. Mick Foley.
Mick Foley?
Yeah.
Rick Foley is his brother.
Yeah, no, he seems like a deep guy. He's also a huge fan of Tori Amos and became friendly with her.
Okay.
And then started volunteering at her nonprofit that she created for sexual assault victims for years.
That's amazing.
He was manning the phone lines once a week.
Wow.
Yes.
Mankind.
Seems like a very good guy. Yeah.
The man is kind.
Yes, he is.
That's great.
Triple entendre.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the initial drawings had Mason the Mutilator looking a little bit medieval with like chains and gauntlets and like boots and stuff. But he ended up at first just wearing just kind of like leggings and a ripped up black tunic with a symbol on it. It seems kind of like an ankh with a cross. It's probably just like just kind of a non-specific, like spooky symbol or something. But then he eventually settled on what seems to be his most iconic look and his final look, which was a dirty white button down and black tie with the mask. The mask was always a part of it, this like leather mask. The piece de resistance of both looks was his wild, longish, wavy hair coming out from the buckles of the mask, which cross over his head. So he had some other signatures besides his look. One was his signature finishing move. Do you know about this at all?
Absolutely.
This is crazy.
This is also like Mortal Kombat, having a signature finisher.
Yes. His signature finishing move is called the Mandible Claw, which basically just like looks like sticking his mouth into his... No, I'm sorry.
What?
Sticking his hand into his opponent's mouth. But it's a little bit more intricate. This is from the Pro Wrestling Fandom Wiki, and all these links are in the show notes. Quote, The hold is applied when the aggressor places his middle and ring fingers into the opponent's mouth, sliding them under the tongue and jamming it into the soft tissue found at the bottom of the mouth. The thumb and or palm of the same hand is placed under the jaw, and pressure is applied downward by the middle and ring fingers, while the thumb/palm forces the jaw upwards. The mandible claw.
So that's just grabbing then, because if
It's taking two of your fingers in the mouth and then two under here and
right, but if you're pushing down with two fingers and up with your thumb, they meet in the middle. That's called grabbing something.
Yes, and it's also called the mandible claw.
Okay, that's how I pick things up. I guess I use the mandible claw to like pick up my coffee.
Are you grabbing the underside of somebody's tongue while you do it?
The soft palate.
Yeah. Foley said that it's so painful that it can cause blurred vision, and if you hold it long enough, it could make someone black out.
He said that in real life?
Yes.
Or is he saying that in character?
No, he's saying that in real life.
But they don't really do this to each other.
No, but if you did do that, I guess.
If you did squeeze someone's
I thought the same thing.
soft palate.
I wonder if he was saying it in the context of, like, you have to be careful when you're doing this. Like, even when we're playing around, maybe, like, you could be pinching too hard or something.
Yeah, everyone's got to, like, pull their punch to some extent.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a clip in my research that's not really relevant, except here it makes some sense, of one wrestler, like, two wrestlers having real life beef, being like, he talked shit about me, and like, I'm not going to stand for that.
Yeah.
And then the other guy goes, well, you want to know something about him? He said the F word.
What? Really?
It's like, what?
Oh, was it?
What F word? Because then I was just like, and then they were like, and I'm not fake. I was like, oh, the F word in wrestling, they don't even say it's fake.
Oh,
the word
I thought it was.
Yeah, everyone does. But he was like, he said the F word about me. And I was like, oh, well, that's awful. He said, and I'm not fake. I was like,
really
oh,
funny.
well, all right.
Okay.
I mean, I take it like people, they do take all this stuff seriously, so much so that fake is their F word, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
But it is
Mick
fake.
Foley being like, this can cause you to go blind and shit your pants is like, I get, because he still takes it seriously, even though this is a theatrical performance to some extent. And people are really getting hurt no matter how much you pull a punch.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
These people really are beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Interesting.
So he must take does he take the jujitsu seriously of it or whatever?
I guess. Yeah, it is still a legitimate move where your hands are legitimately in somebody's mouth.
Yeah, he would never really actually, he would never actually squeeze like that on Stone Cold or whatever.
Right. That was another thing. It was crazy to be going through some clips and see him fighting with The Rock.
Yeah.
I was like, this is Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
From Jumanji now.
Yes.
This is crazy to see.
Being like, sit your candy ass down, mankind.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts to see him do the mandible claw on The Rock.
On The Rock.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
So also the thing about it is that, as I said, it's like pretty gross and unhygienic. You're sticking your fingers in someone's mouth.
Yeah.
On both sides that gross. I wouldn't want, like, they probably don't want him.
Both sides that gross.
It's gross.
It is gross.
So, it's gross to the person having somebody stick their fingers in their having somebody stick their fingers in their mouth. I feel like it'd be gross to be sticking his fingers in their mouth.
Yes.
So initially he wore a 2-fingered glove to kind of negate that. So he had this like kind of wrist gauntlet that then went up and covered whatever the 2 fingers were that go in the mouth, middle and ring fingers.
Yeah.
So it just had these two
the
black
Sioux 5 fingers.
The Sioux 5 fingers. These 2 black like finger cots or whatever they call them that went over and also looks badass or whatever. But then later in his career, he introduced another hand covering. This is yet another one of his signatures.
Oh, yes.
And you knew about this.
I did know about this.
Yeah. This is Mr. Sacco, a sock with a face on it that he would put on before he was about to perform the mandible claw. Now, I think this was a good addition because it adds to the theatricality of everything. So now I saw him do it with and without. He just had his little fingies on or whatever, and he would go to fights. He was fighting somebody. He's about to do the mandible claw. He's just going to do it. Now, with the addition of Mr. Sacco, he is walking around the ring. Out comes Mr. Sacco, and the crowd goes wild because they know what's coming. And the other wrestler's like, oh.
He's about to do the mandible claw. He's going to do the mandible claw.
That's great.
And what's the other wrestler doing? Just like,
totally.
It is like Mortal Kombat. They're just like, finish him. And the opponent just kind of stands there waiting for you to get your fatality ready.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And then he does the mandible claw with Mr. Sacco.
But which is presumably a clean sock.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I saw an interview where he said, and he had to be joking. He was like, and it was him as Mick Foley. He was like, in the beginning, I was just using the same dirty sock all the time. Yeah, I was the least popular guy in the locker room, believe me. But eventually I made sure I was using a clean sock every time. Or whatever.
I do appreciate, one, he sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're having fun doing this.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the locker room like at the end. I can't imagine that it's like at the end of like a football game being like, way to go. Hey, you did good out there, slugger.
It might be.
I don't know. I think I would just get in my car and leave. I'm not taking a shower with
with
the
Kane
slug man and
and Gangrel.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Meat. The puny wonder or
Ken
whatever.
Shamrock.
Ken
That's
Shamrock.
somebody who he fights later. I'll tell you about.
We talked over the puny wonder. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know I was going to say it, but now I like it.
I do too.
He's the puny wonder.
Kicks everyone's ass.
Yeah, totally.
Oh God, I don't know. Maybe they do. I could see it being like having a camaraderie there. They like party afterward. Doesn't that kind of feel right?
But the idea of being the least popular guy in the showers after or whatever in the locker room implies that they're like, Mick, that was real messed up what you did. Can you please wash the sock? You know what I mean? Like that's what it means to be the least popular.
Yeah.
Back there. I hope that he was washing the sock.
Happen.
It's not like Rocco Bodie's Santa costume every year. If anyone knows that.
No, I think he was washing the sock. I think he was having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't just use the mandible claw against traditional opponents. Maybe it happened more times than this, but there were two out-of-the-box uses that really stood out to me. One, he once used it on Vince McMahon when McMahon announced himself as the biggest star in the history of WWE Raw, which the crowd did not like.
Yeah.
So they were booing away when McMahon announced this in the ring, and then Mankind came out and hit him with Mr. Sacco while the commentator said this. No, he's got that ratchet sock running right down the gullet of Mr. McMahon. That wretched, dirty, stinky, nasty old tube sock. Just so great.
Perfect.
By the way, right after that, lightning crashed, a clock struck, and then Mankind rolled out of the ring while The Undertaker approached, and McMahon just stood there, just waiting to get his just desserts.
Good.
It kicked ass.
Yeah.
Another time that Mankind used it unconventionally was on himself.
What?
He was in a match with Ken Shamrock, who was getting the best of him, and Mankind decided to do the mandible claw on himself, causing himself to black out rather than lose to Shamrock.
What?
He
took himself out of the game.
Yeah. He didn't want to lose. He didn't want to be bested, so he was like, "I'm going out on my own terms," and gave himself the mandible claw.
So wait a minute. Wait, now I'm confused. So it does make you black out in the context of.
Oh yeah,
the characters too. When he does,
yeah, like he's not going to actually make the real person black out.
Yeah, but I thought he was saying that like the mandible claw, if applied in real life to a true enemy, could make them black out.
I really don't know what he was saying.
When he does, I took it. I guess I was assuming that like you do the mandible claw to someone and then you slam them to the ground. He's just squeezing someone's soft palate and then they pass out in the ring, like their character passes out. So he made himself pass out with his own mandible claw?
I don't know if they always pass out. I did see videos of the mandible claw, but I don't feel like they were passing out, to tell you the truth. I think they're just like down for the count.
Because that sounds like, the Stone Cold trying to give himself the Stone Cold Stunner. Like you kind of need another body to do that. But if it's not about slamming, which I took it to be, if it is about pinching.
Oh, it is about pinching.
It's only about pinching.
Yes, they can be just standing and he's just doing
it. And he'll just do the mandible claw and he'll win.
I guess so.
Okay, so he did it to himself. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's a very
so
proud man.
unpredictable and crazy.
And he's nuts. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay.
He's mentally unwell.
Yeah, I know.
He needs help.
I know. That was also the thing. It's like, okay, this is a man who needs help. But again, we must remove ourselves from all of this.
The unspoken thing about Mankind is that he probably would be deserving of care.
Absolutely.
Right. Medication.
No, they should be
therapy.
They should certainly be putting a care plan in place.
Yes.
We must divorce ourselves from these facts when we're talking about a wrestling
In this
character.
context, crazy is scary and bad.
Yes,
right.
of course.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to mention that Mick Foley was a method actor, and that in the beginning of the character, he would sometimes spend the night in the boiler room or under the wrestling ring, like Mankind might do, because Mankind lived in boiler rooms.
Okay.
And
You tried acting, dear boy.
I love that. And eventually, he didn't need to do that anymore. He got it down.
Wise. Yeah.
And boiler room brawls became a whole angle of wrestling because of this dude.
Which is Freddy Krueger, by the way. So
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So here is one of the craziest parts of this whole thing, that when I started my research, I saw this and I was like, how the hell do I even talk about this? I don't really understand. Eventually, they broke the fourth wall in a way with Mankind and made him one of Mick Foley's many personalities rather than just the character of Mankind.
the exit strategy.
Yes. This began in 1998, just 2 years after Mankind's debut.
Yeah.
Because apparently Foley found the whole Mankind thing kind of exhausting. Also, Mankind was initially, when they debuted him, and remember I was saying, he had this one outfit that was a torn up dark shirt with an ankh on it,
Right.
and then he changes to the leather face tie thing. Mankind was originally a little bit of a darker character than he became. He ended up being a little bit more goofy dark, and he was initially a little bit more just dark.
Okay.
And Mick Foley found that kind of exhausting. You'll find people on Reddit threads being like, oh, Mankind when he first debuted was so amazing, and they still kind of liked him, but they missed the first Mankind.
Okay.
Mick Foley got kind of burnt out on that. So they introduced first the idea of Mankind having split personalities, which played into the whole crazy thing. Dude Love, a hippie character, and Cactus Jack, a kind of wild card character, and actually a return to Mick Foley's roots, because that was Mick Foley's first wrestling name,
Cactus
Jack. The character Mankind also became a little goofier at this point when stuff started splitting. So even though Dude Love and Cactus Jack were introduced as Mankind's personalities, by the year 2000, 2 years later, they were kind of all just known as Mick Foley's personalities, all referred to as his baby boys.
Oh.
So they would get introduced, if Mankind's coming out, if Dude Love is coming out, if Cactus Jack's coming out, they'd be like, here he is, Mick Foley's baby boy, Cactus Jack. And they do the same thing for Mankind and whoever.
Can you explain Dude Love?
He's a hippie. He's
just...
Yeah, he wears tie-dye and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cactus Jack, usually in clips I saw, was wearing a shirt with a wanted poster of his own face.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is explaining a lot, because it's amazing to me that I know who Mick Foley is, but then he became the MCU of his own multiverse, right? Because now you watch the MCU movies and it's who's Chris Evans playing? Is he being Captain America? Oh, he's being
right.
the fire guy from Fantastic Four. One performer now has multiple characters in the context of the MCU.
I think they've probably divorced that version of the Fantastic Four at this point, but do go on.
Did you not see Deadpool 3?
No.
Okay. Well, then you're showing your whole ass right now. But Robert Downey Jr. is about to be Doctor Doom. He was
Right.
Iron Man. So that's Mick Foley's babies.
Oh, okay, because the multiverse. Okay, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
yes,
it's
yes.
just depending on the universe, one performer might be different characters.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling, apparently. Because some of my research
at
too
least
is
as far as it comes to...
this only lasted for 2 years.
Yeah.
This character only lasted for 2 years. Then everyone was like, let's stop doing this. It's
And then that performer came back as somebody else?
I think so.
Okay.
It's weird that wrestling seems like it's improv. You got to yes and it all, right? But
Yeah.
they also don't really do a lot of planning. They're just kind of I don't know, what are you gonna be? You're gonna dress like a weird horror guy first, and it's okay, well, let's pare it down. Are you sillier now? They burn through their storylines so quickly, and it's just
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Can I just be me?
Yeah. But you know what? It seems to work.
Apparently, yeah. I can't fault it.
Yeah.
It's been quite successful.
Absolutely. So I'll be honest. I wanted to find out, all right, where was the end of the Mankind story? Because he doesn't wrestle as Mankind anymore. What was his last match? I had a hard time pinning down when Mankind's final match is, partially because of this persona split.
Yes. Yes, I had the same.
Really? And
these things
also-
just sort of burn out.
Yeah. And also
Yeah.
because when I would Google when was Mankind's last match, Mick Foley is Mankind, so it was just coming up with what Mick Foley's last match was as himself. But here is what I think the last final match, his last final match was. I think this was in 1999, where he had a scheduled boiler room brawl with Santa Claus.
Oh my God.
But he ended up being attacked by the Mean Street Posse, Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg, all dressed as Santas. He kicked their asses, but then Triple H showed up, also dressed as Santa, and took Mankind down.
Santa is a wrestler?
I mean, I don't think generally.
I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
In my research, Santa Claus is also involved. So, I guess Santa regularly shows up in the ring. He's a WWE character, WWF or whatever it was at the time.
Oh my God.
I got a present in my bag for you, you son of a bitch. You Rudy Poo. Naughty boys. Jesus Christ. What the hell?
I forgot they said Rudy Poo.
And then The Rock played the Tooth Fairy in that one movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The whole
right.
Santa Claus universe.
Yeah, that's right.
Is the Easter Bunny in here?
God. Probably, yeah, probably at some
You don't want to know what they did to Baby New Year at WrestleMania 25.
Oh my God.
It feels like so many of their characters are just like, what's in the prop closet? Right? We got a Santa costume. All right, Santa is going to come out and he's going to kick ass.
I know. Oh, it's so funny. So then, connected to this, Mankind returned to SmackDown defeated, giving a speech. Triple H is like in the ring. He comes down that little runway that they have or whatever. He's given a speech about how Triple H has ruined him and that he was down and out. He's like, you know how it feels to be washing blood out of your hair, watching it go down the drain. And he's like slumped his posture.
Finding blood in your stool. Everyone's like, oh God, retire the character.
And then he wasn't up to fighting him again. And Triple H is yelling back. Like, you can't hear it. You can just see him like mouthing. It's like, you're damn right. I am the best. Or whatever. And the audience is booing. But then Mankind says, but he knows someone who is up to the fight. And he's like, and I think you know him too. And then, and he says, I think you know him pretty damn well. And then he rips off his mask and his shirt and tie. And there stands Cactus Jack. And starts coming down the runway toward Triple H. The crowd goes wild. Now, Triple H won that fight.
Oh, okay.
Against Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
And then he didn't wrestle again for 4 years. And I think that was the last appearance of Mankind.
Why didn't he just defeat Mankind and then retire Mankind? He had to
I don't know.
Be defeated as Cactus Jack and then walk away. That's really messy.
I don't know.
All of this is messy. All of this.
Well,
my stuff too.
I'm sure he's fine with it. He's there doing a little play.
But in terms of like story, which is what this all is, it's weird to be like, I'm going to go out, we're going to retire this, and I won't wrestle for a while. It's like, well, then why introduce Cactus Jack real quick to be defeated? How about Mankind gets defeated, and then they're like, he ran off to the boiler room. Like, why isn't it? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I could also be wrong, because I had a very hard time figuring out.
In mine, too, it's like, this was the last match. And then he came back for a WrestleMania 5 years later, and then that was the last match.
I couldn't.
And he did. He has had sporadic appearances.
I really could not totally figure it out, but it still feels like Mick Foley is on top out there.
Mick Foley is on top. All right. You've got me turned around at least part way. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him quite a bit.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah.
Oh, Mankind. All right. Congratulations to Mankind. I'll be talking to you about... I'm going to talk to you about The Brood for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have to, unfortunately, tell you a lot about Doink the Clown.
Okay. All right. I accept.
In a moment, because first we got to tell everybody out there about patreon.com/GTTUpod, which is like our ring.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Come into our arena, finally.
Yeah.
Patreon is where we house not only the Netherworld Dispatch, which is our entire other podcast that you can get access to. It's also how you get access to the deeper lore of Guide to the Unknown by joining our Discord.
Yeah.
As so many people have. We've got a very vibrant community in there. But speaking of the Netherworld Dispatch, the most recent episode is episode 227, which is our review of the movie Weapons.
Yes.
Flaming hot new movie weapons.
Part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, it really is. And we had lots to say about it. Wonderful conversation. People can go check that out. Find a tier that fits, and you'll get access to the Netherworld Dispatch.
Yeah, you also get ad-free episodes of Guides to the Unknown when you join our $4 tier or up.
Yes. We also have a lovely review here from Jenny S.U., who says, you never really know where the episode is going to go, and I love it. Keep it up. Also appreciate the sibling banter. 5 stars.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you.
We like to keep you on your toes. Just like those wrestlers get on their toes hopping around that ring.
You never know when one of us might turn heel.
Yeah, that's absolutely
What's your
true.
finishing move?
It's also the people's elbow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You just stole someone else's.
Controversial, but I like to, do what works.
Okay, well, I'm going
What's yours?
to give myself the mandible claw
Yeah.
to shut all this shit down. We also, if you would consider leaving us a review, we may read it in a future episode of the podcast. Yeah. We're getting near the end of the reviews as I've been reading them. I might have to wrap right around back to the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Scroll back through 1,000+ reviews. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
So please consider leaving us a review, everybody. We would greatly appreciate it.
We need new material to read.
We need good new material.
Yeah.
Screw it. Let's just do it. I'm trying to delay at this point, but I'll tell you about my...
Let's get doinking and dinking.
I know, and I'll stop brooding.
Will.
After one more commercial break. Okay. So then I'll ask it. Kristen, what is your history with Gangrel? What do you think?
The answer everybody's been waiting for.
What do you think you know about the Brood?
I'd never heard of this until we were looking through horror wrestlers. I got nothing.
Believe it or not, neither had I.
Yeah.
This is, again, a 90s wrestling gimmick. They were part of the Attitude Era.
It's so funny to me.
Part of the Infinity Saga, the Skywalker Saga, the Attitude Era of wrestling. Now, I think the Attitude...
How can people be mad at, drag queens and stuff and, watch wrestling? What are you doing?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
What are you doing?
Yes.
This is drag.
Yes.
The Attitude Era? Gangrel of the Brood?
I know.
Are you kidding me?
Paul could have an Attitude Era.
Yes.
Which is every...
I would say she does, and it's every era.
Which is 50 years of RuPaul. I think the Attitude Era was what I was exposed to as a wee lad.
Yeah.
I think my friends... Because I know my friend in Missouri was way into Stone Cold.
Okay, yeah.
And I think he was the defining character of the Attitude Era. That sort of slamming beers, doing a Can Crush tribute at the end of a match or whatever the hell. I think it was the sort of cartoony, cartoonish, masculinity.
Yeah.
The Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Which is why I was kind of delighted and then would be, sort of let down when I looked into the Brood.
Yeah.
They're vampires.
Yeah.
But they're Interview with the Vampire style vampires.
That sounds awesome.
It's billowy button-down shirts. They dress like the puffy shirt from Seinfeld. They look like pirate vampires. But...
so the picture of hypermasculinity.
Of course. But amusingly, apparently, I guess there were... Because this is all on television in the 90s. And... there were, I guess, rules for TV that I don't fully understand. Or maybe it's just the WWE is not willing to commit fully to characters. Because we said already with Mankind, these gimmicks only last a couple of years.
Right.
And then everyone wants to transition out of them, which is the end story for the Brood.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. They never said they were vampires. Even though they come out looking like vampires and their lead member, Gangrel, has fangs.
What?
He has surgically implanted in real life fangs.
Okay.
That were $10,000 a piece, Gangrel.
Okay.
They are, so to finish that thought, they are not vampires. The WWF, the name at the time, described them as living part of the goth lifestyle.
Okay.
They were goth lifestyle characters.
Sure.
And that red stuff that they would drink out of a goblet before their matches wasn't blood. It was a thick red liquid.
Why the need for the distinction?
I think they couldn't say blood. Specifically, blood makes sense to me because then that could get into some sort of
That's not even what I'm asking. Why the need for the distinction away from being vampires.
Vampires why can't you say they're vampires? I think it's because they need a potential exit strategy. And if we're saying that you're an undead monster,
okay.
Then if you want to transition out of being part of the brood,
you're kind of locked in.
It's like, well, but you're a vampire.
Okay, I see.
So I think that was the case.
Yeah.
But confusingly, now this is also like 1998 or 1999, which is why they are not just Interview with the Vampire themed, which is all like that Victorian era vampire, like romantic lover vampires.
Yes.
They are also like cyber vampire looking because they have the little those little Matrix sunglasses.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's nothing cyber themed about them except for the little sunglasses, but that's what I always associate. These little Matrix sunglasses is just to look like they're from Blade. They're like
funny.
Blade meets Interview with the Vampire, I guess. They're hybridized vampires.
Hell yeah.
Old and new.
Yeah.
But mostly old. Because Gangrel...
This is so funny. What are the other names?
Very unexciting. There's Christian, which at least is like...
Yeah, I guess it's a little...
Christianity versus vampires. Yeah. Very Dracula 2000.
Yeah.
You know, is Dracula Judas Iscariot? If anyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
And Edge.
Okay.
Edge is like the lesser of all of them. Gangrel he's always the one that walks out front. And he's like, he's got the most like, this is not nice. Yes, this is not nice at all. He's got like such a fart face. He's like, and this is weird too. Like, I'm going to say things that are not nice for a moment, and I know they're not nice, and I apologize for what I'm about to say. Gangrel will eventually be fired, and this is horrible, admittedly. He's fired eventually, and it's pretty much widely believed that it's because his billowy shirt revealed his belly, and Vince McMahon saw how out of shape he was and was like, it's disgusting how fat he is.
Ugh. Now,
Vince McMahon's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They're big wrestlers all the time.
I'm about to say, I don't understand the distinction. Like,
I know, the Big Show, Kristen. Think about how many that's a wrestler. Thought you were a fan.
Well, honestly, I'm thinking Mankind.
Yeah, exactly. They're big wrestlers. But here's my thing is like,
there's a wrestler called the Big Show who's a big boy. Is that the thing? That's funny. Yeah.
But here's my thing is like, you don't usually think about vampires as being, I don't know, portly. Right?
Yes.
So that's kind of hard.
I guess it is kind of breaking character.
And you can't transition.
But they're not supposed to be vampires. They're just living the goth lifestyle.
Yeah, but Gangrel in real life gave himself those fangs. So it's kind of hard to be like he's not a vampire now when he has fangs. So I don't know. Vince McMahon is wrong. Can I just say, like, no matter what, Vince McMahon is wrong.
I know.
But also, it's kind of unusual to see a large vampire.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Edge and Christian are brothers.
You know, it's kind of funny. I saw the Edge from U2 when I was on a vampire tour in New Orleans. We were on the tour together.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Wow.
What's the connection?
Probably something.
Yeah.
Presumably something.
That was thrilling.
So they had an entrance, like entrances are big in wrestling. So there would be a ring of fire and then they would like rise from the stage within the ring of fire, which was kind of fun.
Hell
right?
Yeah.
And their entrance music was very like gothy, rocky. And apparently there was backmasking. So if you played it backwards, and people discovered this in like real life, fans who would buy like WWF soundtracks or whatever, if you played it backwards, it would say, "I buried Paul, walk with me," which for some reason is a Beatles reference.
What?
Yeah. Because it doesn't contribute to the lore, but whoever did their music was like, I'm going to hide a backward message and have a Beatles reference.
That's weird.
Because Paul is dead was hidden in a Beatles song. And
that's so weird.
Well, again, the like shoddy...
I like the concept of that, but why have it be I buried Paul?
Why can't it be like Gangrel eats? Oh no! Oh no! Because he does.
I know.
Oh,
I know. That's not where you were going for.
That's not what I meant. But
yeah, I know.
But yeah,
how strange.
Well, because again, there's something confusing about wrestling where it's like I know that it's about the story and the theatricality.
Yeah.
But there's like this improv game that everyone's playing, but no one's really listening to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why would you put an outside reference in the backmasking in your song?
How strange.
It's a mess.
Yeah. I love that they rose up through a ring of fire.
Totally.
Though, I would do that too. I would rise up through a ring of fire to Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
That sucks.
No, it doesn't. No, it'd be awesome. But then it's just dressed
you?
normal. Yeah, just in the ring. It's
Hello.
It's like thunder.
Hello.
It's just me in my jeans.
Waving and smiling. Hi.
It's so big.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I have precious little to say about the Brood from here, because aside from the gimmick, it doesn't really go to much. Although there is one fun thing that they did. They would apparently sporadically do something called the Bloodbath.
Okay.
The lights would flash red in the arena, like off on, off on, off on, all just red, and then just off, pitch black. And when the lights would finally come back on normal, their opponent would be completely doused in blood.
Oh, cool.
And that's kind of neat, right? Like that's almost like a play on like the lights go off when they come on someone's dead.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of a fun thing. They will eventually, of course, be teamed up with The Undertaker. They will, of course, Kristen, join his Ministry of Darkness during WrestleMania 15, when famously The Undertaker was in a cage match against Big Boss Man, who dresses up like a cop, complete with like a nightstick.
Okay.
They descended from the ceiling.
William, this kicks ass.
Gangrel, Kristen, and Edge descend from
This kicks ass. What are you talking about?
You know what? You're right. Now I like it.
Did you watch this happen?
Yes. They descend from the ceiling.
It sounds awesome.
On the wires. And they're like, what's going on up there? Who's up there? And they descend. And then they dangle a noose through the top of the cage. And Undertaker hangs Big Boss
my
Man.
God.
There's a public lynching
Oh my God.
during that WrestleMania.
Yikes.
I don't know.
Yikes.
And Paul Bunyan, or what's his friend's name? Paul Bearer.
Oh,
Raises the cage to raise the noose to hang Big Boss Man.
You know what vexed me? I couldn't figure out. Mankind sometimes has a little friend, and I couldn't figure out who this guy was. I Googled, like, who's Mankind's friend? Mankind's butler.
Who's Mankind's friend? The dog. Yeah. The humble puppy. Man's
I could not
best friend.
figure this out. He sometimes just had this guy with him who had makeup on to have, like, sunken eyes, and I just couldn't get it.
Whatever.
I know.
Who cares?
Me.
Oh, I forgot that you love this.
Yeah, I do.
Then confusingly, they'll eventually fall out. They'll at some point they're no longer part of the Ministry of Darkness. But then it says that they entered into a feud with the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys?
Why aren't they fighting the Undertaker now?
Yeah.
And then bit by bit, the Brood sort of falls apart. Edge, apparently the lesser of the three, becomes the most famous of them.
Oh.
Edge becomes like a mainstay, and like he's not a vampire anymore or whatever. He's not part of the goth lifestyle.
Rise of Edge.
He even starred in the movie Money Plane, which is like a famously terrible recent movie, also starring Frasier. He's the pilot in Money Plane, so
Edge
is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then rumor has it Gangrel was fired because he was out of shape, but he has continued in solo circuits even to this day. He still wrestles like a vampire. So now all of that is why I did, of course, end up researching DOINK.
Yeah.
DOINK the Clown. So I have a double header. Okay.
Great.
And so now I'm going to pivot from telling you about the vampire-themed wrestlers to DOINK the Clown. All right. Also 90s.
Yeah.
But I think pre-Attitude Era. Perhaps, and this is purely my hypothesis, perhaps something like DOINK is why they were like, maybe we need a fresh start. We're like, let's enter the 90s now.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah.
It was 1992, which is like those early 90s years were like just sort of like the lingering effects of the 80s in some capacity. I will say I kind of liked how he's introduced.
Okay.
Because guys are just wrestling.
Right.
And watching this is just like the wrestlers back then, one was literally Crush or the Crusher, something like that. And he's just like a long-haired, mulleted man who I guess can crush you.
Yeah.
But it's just like there were no gimmicks.
Yeah,
there was like
wasn't
nothing. He's just a big man.
Right. Not a lot of pizzazz.
Yes. But that's why it was kind of entertaining that over the course of weeks and months, periodically, they would just be like, who's that in the audience there? That's a clown.
Oh.
And there was just a clown that would appear.
A lot of setup.
And would give kids balloon animals and fire confetti and stuff. This happened for weeks. He never got in the ring. He was just always around. It was almost like bit by bit, he was getting closer and closer to the ring, where finally he starts antagonizing the wrestlers. So a different match will be happening, and then they'll be like, it's that clown again.
Yeah.
And then he's like tossing buckets of water on them and stuff, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He even plopped a mop right into Tatanka's eyes.
No.
Yeah, he put a mop in his eyes.
No.
And then one of the announcers goes, well, he's a true clown. He can find humor in anything.
God.
I love the announcers.
I know.
Artistes. Yes, he's finally interviewed and given the name. He's Doink. And he explains why he likes to give kids balloon animals and stuff. He goes, I like to look at them with their little smiles, and then I like to take those smiles right away.
What does he do?
Evil clown. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
The gimmicks only go so far.
Yeah, right.
There's not a ton that's clowny about him.
all you need to know is that he's a bad
dressed like
clown.
a clown.
Yeah.
He has a green wig and white face paint with like blue shapes or whatever, and a leotard that's like clown colors.
Yeah.
So finally, he gets violent after a few months. He knocks Crush unconscious with a fake prosthetic arm.
Is Crush just Crush or with a K?
I wrote just Crush because I don't know. I'm not sure. But Macho Man Randy Savage is doing the announcing that day, and he goes, let me tell you something. That's a big man lying on the ground. Let me tell you. Like, okay.
God.
All right.
Noted.
With that, he finally starts getting in the ring. Now he's just a wrestler. He's just part of the team. He even treats Bob East like his plaything.
Oh, my God.
This man has some tremendous sadistic tendencies. I can't put my finger on it, but I know him. There's like some seeding that like maybe Doink the Clown is somebody.
Oh, like in
a
disguise?
costume. Never goes anywhere.
That's annoying.
Never goes anywhere.
I like that idea though.
At one point, he pins somebody, and then after the pinning, he kind of awkwardly. The man's wearing. It's not pants. He's just wearing the undies, the spandex
like the Rock.
undies. Yes, like The Rock. And he awkwardly grabs inside the undies and pulls like a little bit and lets go.
Just gives him a little dink.
And the announcer goes, well, he just wedged him. He just Melvined Typhoon. Which is also how I knew it was the 90s. He Melvined him, huh? Why, I remember hearing that 30 years ago.
Melvin's
to give someone a Melvin.
Is a Melvin a front wedgie or something?
I think it was just a wedgie. Possibly it was when you pull the underwear over someone's head.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and search what a Melvin is.
Let me see.
Maybe they describe it better in Bill and Ted, where Bill and Ted's
Melvin?
Bogus Journey. I think death gives someone a Melvin.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, a wedgie performed from in front of the victim.
Right in front of their very eyes, huh? Wow. Right in front of their face.
Oh, my God.
What a sick move.
Yeah.
You got to really be twisted.
Doink really is a bad clown.
He is. He's an evil clown. He will eventually say, I am no... He says, if it makes me laugh, that's all that matters. Like, okay, clown stuff.
Yeah.
But then he says, I'm no more than an instrument of nature, a product of my environment, which is also very Joker.
To say. Yeah.
We live in a society.
Like mankind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like a pre-mankind. I don't know. In WrestleMania 9, the gimmick got weirder. In the middle of a fight, a second Doink came out. Another person in the clown suit came out to finish a match and defeat somebody. And then now the two Doinks stand in the middle of the ring and do the mirror thing of like, you know, we both move at the same time. Yeah. And there's like, oh my God, two Doinks.
Did the crowd go insane?
Yes, everyone's going completely crazy. The announcer goes, two Doinks, as if one wasn't enough. And then someone else goes, I'm in a state of shock right now. There are two Doinks. David Copperfield is responsible for this. And then they go, Harry Houdini, eat your heart out. Two Doinks.
Oh my God. I'm in a state of shock right now.
Yes. So we know about Doink and we know about Dink, do you?
Is that Dink?
Dink is a little person clown.
Wait.
Doink and Dink. Dink is a sidekick introduced.
Wait, real quick. So that was really just a second Doink? Because I thought you were going to tell me that twin mirror image thing was DOINK.
No, that was not DOINK. Confusingly, that was two DOINKs. It is later, DOINK will later say, like, he only thought there were two DOINKs because I hit him so hard. So it's like, well, that was another man. Like, we saw him too. So,
What?
But he's only described as another DOINK. DINK is introduced later when, it says, quote, DINK was introduced as a present to DOINK the Clown by Santa Claus. So I warned you.
Enter Santa.
I warned you that Santa was also in my research, confusingly. And I watched this video. Santa comes out on stage carrying a bag, and then they open the bag, and it's a little person dressed like a clown. But then, did you encounter this in watching clips, that there's just so much dead air when they're talking in the ring? They'll be like, I know what I'm gonna do. I said I know what I'm gonna do. And everyone's going crazy. It's just like, can you get to the point in the ring? Can you guys talk faster or something? DOINK is like, he's like, it's a little DOINK. I've always wanted a little DOINK. And the ref goes, confusingly, because we've also just seen two DOINKs appear at WrestleMania 9.
Right.
He goes, it's in the rules. There can only be one DOINK. And then DOINK goes, one DOINK? No, but he... And he goes, I'm telling you, only one DOINK. And then we watch DOINK. Maybe they made that rule after the two DOINKs came out. I don't know.
They must have.
But then you watch DOINK struggle to think for a while. He's like, oh. Everyone's watching this.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching this dead air in the run. He goes, I know, he'll be DINK. The timing's all off. You know, like,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. But now
That
they
sounds
introduced
awful.
that the little person clown is DINK the clown.
Okay.
Okay.
Does he fight?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. I looked it up. It wasn't until 1998 or 1999 that Austin Powers 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me came out.
Yeah.
Mini-Me.
Yeah.
Rip-off of
DOINK and DINK?
DOINK and DINK?
Maybe.
Something to this, because
Yeah, no,
this
there's something
performer,
there.
the performer who plays DINK would also play a mini version of Macho Man Randy Savage at some point. Which, listen, putting on
So,
a
yeah,
clown
it does
costume is
feel
one
like-
thing. Looking exactly like
Yes,
a Macho Man is
absolutely,
different. He
no.
has like a cowboy hat and a beard. And like, it's like having like a miniature version of certain wrestlers, I guess, was a thing for a while.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
No, it does feel like there's something there.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm in a state of shock right now. There's another DOINK and his name is DINK. And then, and this was in 1993, which is basically 1 year after DOINK was introduced.
Yeah.
But he was already onto his fourth performer.
Wow.
When those two DOINKs came out,
Yeah.
the original DOINK performer, Matt Bourne, was like, he's like, I smell a rat. Like, they want there to be another DOINK because they want to replace me.
Oh.
And he was kind of right. Like,
Yeah.
they ended up using the persona of DOINK to be like, well, screw it. And whenever we want a DOINK, we can bring in someone new or whatever. And they would end up firing Matt. The original performer was fired because of drug use. And yeah. But so they could keep the character of DOINK going.
Yeah.
This was confusing. To stay on Matt Bourne for just a moment, and then I'll wrap up DINK and DOINK and perhaps some other clowns.
Sure.
When Matt Osborne was fired, I watched like some sort of behind the scenes documentary. All the links will be in the show notes and stuff. A talking head in the document. Okay. I had to watch this twice to confirm that I heard what I heard. All right.
Yeah.
A talking head is like, when he was fired, it was horrible. Like, he'd had it all. He had everything. And then all of a sudden he had nothing. Matt Osborne. They were like, he was in the middle of building like $1 million home for himself, and all of a sudden he found himself with nothing. One of the talking heads says this, quote, he had his bathtub engraved with an 18-karat gold DOINK.
Wow.
And I took DOINK as like,
Woof.
I guess the character DOINK.
It has to be.
He had a DOINK.
Yes.
It's just weird to be like,
Yeah.
it's like calling, like, you know what I want here? I wish I had an 18-karat gold DOINK.
Yeah.
And expecting everyone to understand what the hell you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Like, they needed to say statue of DOINK or something, or like
Yes.
image of DOINK.
It must have been engraved in the bottom of the bathtub.
Like, it can't,
Like a picture of DOINK.
I guess, but you can't just like say to like a contractor, like, You know what? Give me a doink.
Good here.
I'm going to need a doink over there. We're going to need some doinks up there and doink around the bend. And can I get a doink in the back?
Mom was really remiss not to get a doink when she had her bathroom redone.
Yes. What a mistake.
I know.
Well, you guys have that New York Yankees symbol in the concrete.
Yes, we do.
Out back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The former owners of Kristen's house had like the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees logo made out of pavers in the back. So we just have that. None of us give a shit about sports.
You should. It's a shame you don't have a doink.
Yeah.
To go with it.
It really is a shame.
Some weird brand of shit you don't care about all over the house from top to bottom.
Yep.
So anyway, let's get back to better stuff. The ongoing adventure of Doink as we wrap it up here. Okay. So he'd add more clowns. All right. Doink not only has Dink, he eventually has Pink and Wink.
Okay.
3 little person clowns, but there was a reason for them to form their group, Clowns Are Us.
Okay. Whoop.
Almost dropped my iPad, slammed it in the ground in a rage.
You're body slamming it just like a wrestler.
Yes. They were going up against Jerry Lawler, who had his own 3, quote, mini kings.
What the hell's going on here?
Sleazy, Cheesy, and Queasy.
All right.
But then
that's just about enough.
All the little person wrestlers would end up teaming up against Jerry Lawler.
Okay.
Now, I'm pretty much done talking about Doink and Dink and Wink and Pink and Sleazy and Queasy and Wheezy and the Brood and Gangrel. But I do have this sort of non sequitur because all this just peters out.
Sure.
Like Dink is retired, but he's periodically made Doink appearances, but there's rumors that it's not the real Doink. You know, it's like someone in a Doink costume, and occasionally performers
how would you know?
Performers will just dress like Doink sometimes, and it's just referencing back to like the history of this organization.
Yeah, the legacy.
So I guess Doink hasn't been seen in a good decade or so, but
wow,
there's no
a Doink-free decade.
I know, but there's no reason that we shouldn't be worried about a Doink appearance down the road. Now, so I'm done talking to wrestlers.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you one thing about myself, and then I'm going to go fall asleep.
Okay.
In searching about when he had all, I don't know if anyone's even going to know what I'm talking about. In trying to search Doink and the Clowns Are Us group with his little person wrestlers, I accidentally Googled something different. I typoed. I wrote Dink Wing Ping.
Okay.
Into Google, and I hit enter. And it instantly brought up Crazy Frog.
Crazy Frog. Okay.
Bong, 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 boing, boing. Like that annoying, irritating character. And I think it's because I accidentally typed the lyrics.
Oh, that's
Dink,
weird.
Wing, ping, bong, 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 bong.
Weird.
So there you go. You get, if you need a shortcut to get to Crazy Frog and you don't want to type Crazy Frog, you can type Dink Wing Ping.
It'll get you right there.
It'll get you right where you need to be. So that's it. That's enough.
All right, William, I'm sorry that I did this to you.
No, you're not.
Thank you. I'm a little sorry.
Listen, I don't want to claim that I completely hated it. It was moderately enjoyable to me to occasionally see names like Bob East. You know, like just like the Crusher.
Yeah.
He was in a feud with or whatever. Like those things were sporadically amusing to me.
Sure.
I think the thing.
Thank you for being a sport.
Sure. Well, this is a real sport.
That's true.
And I think the thing I bristled against the most, and again, maybe modern wrestling is different, is the sporadic commitment to their bit.
Yeah.
That like Mankind was done in 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Doink was toast.
One iteration.
Yeah. Doink was toast within like a fortnight. You know, the Brood was retired so fast.
I do hear that, but also I'm very about like if it ain't working, just get bouncing. You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know. I think Gangrel had more to say.
I absolutely agree. From what you told me,
yeah.
I think there's more story to be told.
Right. And I'm amazed at how many doinks they burned through.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it's a punishing sport.
It is. That is true. That is true.
You know.
So there you go. We've now talked about horror wrestlers. There are still more out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I won't put you through them. Don't you worry.
Oh, we'll do it someday.
We don't have... Why?
I'm telling you, we're going to do everything.
That's true. It's a long life, hopefully.
Yes. I intend to... We'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back with this.
All right. And you know what? I'll look forward to it.
I know you will.
I'm a wrestling fan.
You love this shit.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. Like we said before, go to patreon.com/GTTUpod if you'd like to support the show and also get tons more from us because there's a load of stuff over there.
Yep.
You can also leave us a review if you're so inclined, and we would really appreciate that. And you can follow us on social media. We are everywhere at GTTUpod, and you can also follow us individually. I am at Chillin' Kristen.
I am at The Myth Traveler. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Hope that you had a good time getting in the ring with us.
Yep.
Wrestling.
Yep.
Wrestling, grappling.
Uh-huh.
Getting the
mandible claw.
The mandible claw. Mm-hmm. We'll be back next week for more battles in the world of terror. But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to Netherworld go we, brother.
Look out, you candy-ass Rudy Poo jabronis.
I really totally forgot that Rudy Poo was part of the lexicon.
You know, I think that...
I remember candy ass, stuff like that, but Rudy Poo.
I did not understand Rudy Poo.
Is it just something funny to say?
No, I don't know what it is. Like, Rudy Poo is, like, bad.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I know. It's just like loser or something.
Yeah, but when I heard them saying things like that, that also was when I would, like, look at my friend watching and be like, you like this? Like, you like Rudy Poo? Like, I'm good. I don't need this.
Remember when The Rock called...
watch Scream again.
Yeah. Remember when The Rock called Vin Diesel a candy ass?
Nope.
Really?
No.
Oh my God. So they were not getting along during the filming of whatever Fast and Furious movie was The Rock's first movie. And he put up an Instagram post where he was complaining about like a candy ass co-star on set or something.
That's
he didn't
crazy.
name him, but then it was very clear that they were not getting along or whatever. So he was definitely talking about Vin Diesel. It's so funny.
It's remarkable that can actually be how he talks in real life. That he's like not fully
you
playing.
Candy ass.
Yeah, that's crazy. What a candy ass.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
Ugh.